I've noticed that she has been requesting an interview multiple
Who?
times. Are you Tezlyn Figaro?
I don't know
Are
who
you
that
willing to
is.
sit down with her?
I don't know who
Okay,
that is.
if I connect the two of you, would you be willing to have a conversation with Tezlyn?
I have a conversation with anybody. It just depends. I got to know who this person is.
She is an attorney. She is working with in the Nolan Wells case.
Is
She's
she the
very
lady in the
connected.
comment section
I don't know if she's a lady in comment
that you
section.
responded
I
to?
think
She
I think
said
we should
something like,
refer
"I
to
don't
her
know
by
why
her
Brandon
name.
won't debate me." Is that her?
I think her name is Tezlyn Figaro. Which
Is
I
that
think we
who
refer to
you're
by her
talking
name.
about? You responded to her in the comments. She said, "I don't know
I
why
responded to
Tatum
a
won't
lot of
debate
people in
me."
the comment.
No, she said, "I don't know
I
why Tatum won't debate me or something, but he debates you," and you said you can answer the question. Is that she's a black lady?
She is a black lady, correct? Would you
I
be willing
think
to
I think
have
we're
a
talking about the
conversation with her?
same person. I know who she is. I just didn't know her name. But it depends, man. She's super ghetto and
Whoa.
disrespectful.
No. She's not super ghetto nor disrespectful. She's
I've been
super
on an interview with
educated.
her.
I understand that.
She
She's
she
super
talks
educated.
she's not very respectful. She talks crazy. I may still consider talking to her, but I just want to put it out there. She was wondering why I didn't debate her or nothing. It's some people are not acting in good faith. And I don't want to get into an argument with somebody and they cussing and acting a fool. I feel like you've been respectful, although I disagree with you. You've been respectful in your commentary towards me, although I disagree with it. You haven't called me out of my name and you cursing and acting up. And so that's why I was willing to talk to you. But other people that are cussing and trying to get a gotcha moment, I'm not really interested. You know, like people got to realize I have 8 million people that follow me. I have an incredible platform. I don't really gain anything by going on other people's platforms. I just respect you enough to say I would like to have a conversation. And
Well,
the
I
young
think
lady
I just want to go.
that talk crazy about me every day, I don't know. I got to consider if I would talk to her because I don't know if it would be productive.
Super ghetto or angry black woman, or y'all get more mad about it than I do. I have went on Fox News for the last 10 years plus. So anything that has been said has already been said. Hundreds of videos about it. I'd lean into it. It doesn't bother me. I did a meme today that had a whole cape on that said super ghetto.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You didn't look at it? I put my cape on. Why would I not be super ghetto when one of our closest friends is the Ghetto Boys?
Hey, shout out to the Ghetto Boy. Hey, Willie,
Scarface and Willie D believe in my voice just as much as you do. So it would be a disrespect to be called super ghetto, because to me, you just made me the third member of the Ghetto Boys. See, I don't run from that because I know who I am. See, I know I check the boxes, so it doesn't matter to me, which is why a lot of people say, well, why do you go on Fox News? When you said Mike Tyson in his prime, because I'm Mike Tyson in his prime. So when they say, why do you go there? You're not going to change his mind. I'm not trying to change his mind. I'm not trying to educate him. I know he has a job to do. His job is he has set on interviews with many of my brothers that I love, Gary Chambers, to talk about race, overarching, on Stephen A. Smith. Shout out to Gary. That's my brother.
I love
But
him.
he know Gary ain't working this case.
Yeah.
Gary hasn't been a law clerk on this case.
Yeah.
So it's easy to talk about race and, talk to Gary about
He can pivot.
Yes.
Is he now?
And he did it today with Dr. Elliott. You did it with the psychotherapist about, let's talk about race, let's talk about this. He did it with Charles Coleman, attorney Charles Coleman, who's a prosecutor who also could talk about the law, but he's not talking about the details of the case.
Gotcha.
I've been with the Wells family all day today. Why don't you want to talk about the timeline and the actual case? Just as many people that he said he interviewed and the credible witnesses, I have too. So anybody that he has not sat down with, he sits up on Nancy Grace and talks about Attorney Crump nonstop. I went to Nancy Grace last week.
Yeah.
And she edited out my words. Y'all, Auntie Nancy edited out my words about Brandon Tatum.
What were the words that she edited?
When I said I want to talk to Brandon Tatum about this,
and she
said, "Well, we're not going to talk about him and make the whole show about him."
Gotcha.
But yet you were showing his video, by the way, which is incorrect because that's not Nolan in the blue shorts that they keep showing. And she said, "Well, let's stick to the facts." I said, "This is a part of the facts." So if you go and you watch my interview with Nancy Grace, a lot of people saying, "Why was she so loud?" Because it came in when I was real hyped. You know how I get hyped up.
Yeah.
Because they edited out everything I said prior to that. So why would Nancy edit out, which is why I don't do tape shows.
Yeah.
Why would Nancy edit out what I said about Brandon Tatum and say it's not about Brandon Tatum, but yet when Brandon Tatum went on, and also attorney Mobley, who's been on nonstop talking about Attorney Crump, why didn't you edit what they said out about him? Yeah. I was there. Let's put it on the table. Nancy Grace has been asking, Crump, come on, Crump, come on. He said, why don't you bring Tezlyn on? He doesn't like those contentious. That's not his style.
Yeah.
It's my style though. Why don't you, Brandon Tatum, want to talk about when I was on a News Nation with him and he said, well, Attorney Crump never worked a case that involved, black people. And then when I started naming the cases, him and the host both tried to tag team me, I'm here to give both of them fades. He doesn't want to talk about the facts because, as he said today with Dr. Elliott, he said, I have nothing to gain to be on with her. I have 8 million followers. But see, you got everything to lose because he knows that if I get on with him and debate the actual facts of the case and actually go through it, he loses credibility. How do I know? Because the conservatives offered me the same gig that they offered Brandon Tatum.